What's up guys, Jason Corey here, and today we're going to discuss how to stop kissing me. I'm trying to help these people out to stop the uncontrollable barking. Okay, I know, we're all happy. What's up guys, Jason Corey here, and today I'm going to share some tips, some training strategies, how you can stop unwanted barking with your dogs. There's a lot of different types of barking dogs do. It's up to you as your dog's leader to decipher why they're barking. I have some real world examples of when they were barking and I calmed them down that I'm going to throw in here and show you how I personally handled it. Are they boredom barking, reactive barking, guardian barking, excitement barking, attention seeking barking? You see what I'm saying? There are so many different reasons why your dogs bark. And no matter what type of barking your dogs are doing, remember, just as you as a human needs to talk and speak, so do your dogs. So that's why I say stop unwanted barking, because you do have to let them bark. That's how they communicate, that's how they talk, and it would be a disservice to your canine companion to not let them bark ever. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and have notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the newest videos on dog training, so you too can have the perfect canine companionship with your dogs. Be extra careful not to reward the unwanted behavior such as barking with your dog. That's a very easy thing to reward inadvertently. As I discussed in my ebook, Perfect Canine Companionship, you're always training your dog. You're either training them to do something you want them to do, or inadvertently training them to do something you don't want them to do. An example of accidentally rewarding your dog's barking. Your dog's barking at you because they're excited and wanting to play. You tell them to stop, they stop, and then you give them a treat or praise them because they stopped. Well, what that just taught them is if I bark and they tell me to stop and I stop barking, I'm going to get a treat, which in turn over time could lead your dog just to barking all the time because I want a treat. Another example of this is with our guardian breeds like a Cane Corso. I don't want to take the Cane Corso out of the Cane Corso. I want my dogs to bark when people are coming up the driveway and deliveries are being made. But every time that happens, they're being rewarded for barking. And it's not even me giving them the reward. So what do I mean? UPS pulls up, the dogs start barking, UPS makes the delivery, the dogs continue to bark. UPS drives off, the dogs stop barking because the dogs just got what they wanted. They were rewarded by the person leaving the property. You see what I mean? How it's really easy to reward barking. There's no perfect way to handle excessive barking or unwanted barking. But I'm going to share some tips and some training strategies that'll help reduce and help you control the unwanted barking in your house. I just want to mention, linked in the description box, we have a ton of amazing online training courses that will just bring your training and your leadership to the next level, bringing you this canine companionship you've always wanted. These courses are life-changing, and you do save 10% using code JASON with the links below. There are socialization classes, there are just general obedience training classes, puppy courses, socialization courses, crate training courses, good for any breed, any age. So one of the best things you can do is intervene before the barking actually happens. As your dog's leader, you probably know when your dog's about to bark. So just prior to them about to bark and react, break that attention. It can either be a sound like a, hey, break the attention. Once the attention is broke, as long as they didn't bark, praise and reward. So intervention before it happens to break that brain signal is going to be very helpful in calming unwanted barking. Create an energy of calmness, yet assertiveness around you. You can't fake the calmness. The dogs are gonna know, they're gonna be able to read your energy, feed off your energy. So it's much harder to fake that energy with a dog versus a human. That may take some work on your part, but it starts from you within. When you're commanding your dogs around, you wanna be calm, yet assertive. You want to tell them what to do, not ask them to do something. Oftentimes, if Justice or Bruce aren't listening to Kara when she's commanding them, I have to remind her, Kara, stop asking them to do this, tell them to do this. A lot of it is your presentation on what you're trying to get your dogs to do. Are you asking them or are you telling them. You want to set up scenarios that are going to trigger your dog to bark, because that way you can control those scenarios and control them before they actually start barking. Intervene just as it's about to happen. If your dog barks and somebody comes up the driveway, have a friend ready to drive up the driveway as you're ready to work with them on getting them to leave that alone and not bark excessively. That way, again, you can break that brain signal of their attention on whatever's coming up the driveway, redirect them and get them to behave as you want them to behave. Another step is you must be the leader. I want my Cane Corsos to alert me when somebody's coming up the driveway. I may not want them to be barking the entire 5 minutes while a delivery is being made. That's where your leadership comes in. I have a great example I'm going to show you right here. The dogs alerted me. I inspected as the leader. I took control of the situation, inspected it, let them see me take control of the situation, and then told them to go sit down and stay. Boys, it's okay. Let's go. First way, let's go. Over here now. First, all the way over here. Justice, come here. Sit. First, sit. All up. Sit. All up. Stay. Good boys. Good stay. If you're not the leader to your dog's going to become the leader, even if they don't want to. Most dogs don't want to be the leader, but within a pack, there must be a leader, and it must be you and your family. That's a big thing with people getting Cane Corsos and not being a leader. They end up with reactive dogs. They end up with a dog that might bite someone. They end up with a dog that makes poor decisions. We don't want our dogs making decisions. We want to make the decisions for our dogs. Now, there are 2 commands that are going to serve you greatly to stop unwanted barking. The first one's the leave it command. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, and I'll do an updated video on how I taught these guys leave it. I do have one up right now when Justice was a puppy, when I was working on leave it with him. Check that out. But also stay tuned for an updated one. This is a great command, once your dog understands it, to use if you're out and about walking your dog and let's say they are reactive to other dogs or they bark at other dogs. Intervene before they bark. So let's say you see a dog down the street coming at you. Your dog's attention goes to that dog. That's when you use your leave it command. You want your dog to now focus on you and not the dog that they're about to bark at or react to. If that leave it command doesn't break their attention and doesn't get their focus on you, you're gonna wanna just change directions. Turn around 180 and walk the opposite way. Maybe walk 15, 20 steps, turn back around and walk the way you're going. Again, use the leave it command. And you're gonna want to basically rinse and repeat until your dog's focus is on you. Once your dog's focus is on you, you wanna use a lot of positive reinforcement. Give them a treat, praise them, pet them on their ears. Make them feel loved. They just earn that positive reinforcement. Make sure you give it to them. Positive reinforcement will go so far in your dog training. The next command that will serve you greatly in stopping unwanted barking is the stop command. And this is a command I never talk about. What's the stop command? Stop is basically whatever you're doing, stop. If you're persistently licking yourself, stop means you stop licking. If you are roughhousing together and I say stop, you stop. Now we're all happy. Stop! If you're barking, I say stop, you stop. Stop. Sit. Those 2 commands will serve you greatly on calming unwanted barking. Never, ever, ever give in to your dog's barking. Some dogs will literally sit there and bark at you to get your attention because they want to play, they want you to pet them, and they won't stop. Do not give in to that barking. Do not give them what they want, because all that's doing is reinforcing that barking is they're going to get a positive reinforcement from that barking. They're gonna get what they want. You guys like this Corso shirt? Black and red sweatshirts plus t-shirts. All my merch is linked down below in the description box. For the excited barkers out there, like let's say you get home and your dog's barking and all amped up. Ignore your dog 100%. Do not look at them. If they're in your way, literally walk through them, 100% ignore them. When they give you the behavior you're seeking, you need to instantly praise that behavior. Sometimes I get home, the dogs are super pumped. Sometimes they are mega chill because they know when they're chill, they get what they want. So the behavior I'm looking for when I come home is just calm energy. If I come in the door and they're super calm, I will pet them. If I get in the door and they're super amped up and ready to play and barking and jumping all over, I will 100% ignore them, walk through them, and the moment they lay down, because that's the behavior I want from them, coming from that energetic state, I will verbally praise them and I will walk over and I'll start petting them. Literally, the moment their belly hits that ground, praise comes out of my mouth. Timing is key with your praises and your corrections. Controlling unwanted barking, stop. Stop, Justice. Good, stop. Stopping unwanted barking isn't gonna happen overnight. A lot of it is going to be dependent on how diligent you are. I run the house super diligent with the dogs, and so does Kara. They don't get away with anything. Any unwanted behavior is quickly stopped. The behavior we want is constantly being praised, even to this day. If we're making their food and they sit down or lay down all polite, we're praising them from across the room. Your dog training never stops. The key to your success is not rewarding unwanted behavior and a lot of positive reinforcement with the behavior that you're looking for. It's up to you to control all situations and the energy of your dogs. Just as you won't let your kids run around the house screaming all day long, throwing things, you shouldn't be allowing that type of energy from your dogs either. Be the leader of your house. I'm always saying you want to set your dog up for success and not failure. You want wins. As many wins as possible with as little fails as possible. So this is where you want to set up scenarios where your dog may bark. Some ideas for you. If your dog barks at other dogs all the time, bring them to outside a dog park. Don't bring them actually into the dog park. Bring them outside and have them observe the dogs from a distance. That way you can watch your dog, and the moment you see them about to bark, break that brain signal with leave it or turn around and walk the other way with your dog. Just keep repeating that over and over. When they're calm and chill and just maybe just watching the dogs, not about to react, that's when you want to praise, you want to give the treats, you want to give all the love, you want to give the ear pets, all that stuff. Set up scenarios where your dog always reacts. Your dog reacts to somebody coming up the driveway. Have a friend ready to come over and come up the driveway. That way you can, again, break that attention and that focus so you can give the positive reinforcement that they need to start building up all of those wins, so they have the understanding that they can't be barking at this or they can't be barking on that. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, Bruce Wayne, Joey, Justin, myself, we'll see you later. Peace!